COVID happened. Everyone was getting laid off. Nobody was hiring. And unfortunately, I was one of the ones that got laid off.
You were a COVID layoff.
Yes, I was. It's not easy for agents either, even for me. They always want to know numbers up front. Lending is not black and white. It's very gray. Every single person is different. I'm going to lose the only job that I've been able to get this whole time. I don't sleep at night. But I know that I know when I succeed, it's gonna open up a lot new opportunities for me. What if I look stupid? But in the moment, it's scary.
It is, yeah.
Having cameras in your face is scary. I'm not a trendy person. Like, I'm not gonna do TikTok dances. It's just not me. I can't do it. So when business is slow, I will still create my own business. That's another way, I guess, to navigate through the market. Like, when business is slow, create your own.
Yeah. Ginna, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Happy that you're here. So today I'm joined with Ginna De La Peña. She got laid off not only once, but twice before she built her real estate empire. And today, just to kind of give you a sneak peek, she has closed over 20 deals in the last year and over 200,000 GCI. So let's get into it. I'm curious. Tell me the story about getting laid off and that pivotal moment of switching into real estate.
Yeah, so right after high school, I started working at a bank. Spent 7 years there, worked my way up. It was a lot more corporate than, independent now how I am. And so COVID happened, and that was when everyone was getting laid off. Nobody was hiring. And unfortunately, I was one of the ones that got laid off.
You were a COVID layoff.
Yes, I was. I was a COVID layoff, ironically, because my son was a COVID baby, and I was actually on maternity leave when this happened.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, so it was like a double whammy.
Whoa, a lot happening. That must have been stressful.
It was even more stressful because of COVID. Nobody was hiring. Literally, it was like a hiring freeze. So I spent kind of months trying to find anything online because nobody was even hiring in person.
Yeah.
And I stumbled upon a job that was hiring a licensed loan officer originator assistant.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, I'll take it.
Did you have any financing background before?
Just in banking. So as a teller, I moved on to like a lead teller. From there, I moved on to customer service representative, all the way to business banking specialist.
Cool.
Which was nice because I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so, and senior banker. And so that was really the only financing background that I had. And so I got the job, thankfully, and it was contingent that I'd become licensed within the first 3 months of me getting the job.
Okay.
And of course, the first time I failed by 1 point. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose the only job that I've been able to get this whole time. So the pressure was on. I took the test again and I passed, thankfully.
Amazing.
Yes. And so I learned a lot. I worked under 4 seasoned loan officers that were top producing in the company. So I got to know the ins and outs. I love the processing side of the lending. So I would partner up a lot with the processor. And so I learned a lot of the ins and outs of what really went on in underwriting. All of the documents needed.
And at that time, like, they needed the help, right? So those 4 loan officers you were supporting, like, I remember that time with right after COVID, the rates like dropped and it was just like a flood through the gates of cash out refis, refinances, everyone wanting to buy, lines out the door.
Yes.
So you were kind of doing all that admin work for those officers.
This was like the real estate boom, pretty much. Rates were 2-3%. I mean, you hadn't seen that in so long. Contracts were crazy. I mean, people were putting so much money above appraised price just to be able to get in. Everybody wanted to take advantage of the interest rates. So they were extremely busy, constant business. And then COVID ruined it again. Interest rates started to go up. And the markets started to slow down a lot. The refinances slowed down. Buying slowed down.
100%.
that boom we were seeing 10, 20 loans a month was gone pretty much almost like overnight.
I remember just from running our team, like we grew our team to 10 agents at the
Oh,
time.
wow.
And just to like handle the volume, I was like, cool, I'm getting out of production. Like business is good. And then the rates went up and it was like, whoa, okay. A lot of these new agents were quitting. So I can
Mhm.
only imagine the same thing happened in the lending world. So that was your second layoff.
Yes, I
So
got laid
they let you
off.
go. They were like, oh,
Yes, I was the
we don't
newest
need you
one in the
anymore.
team, so unfortunately, I was the one that had to go.
Oh no. So
Yes.
what happened then? How did you decide to pivot? Let me be a real estate agent.
So I was in contact during that time because it was so, just like in real estate on
Hmm.
the agent side, loan officers are very dependent on commission and on relationship building.
Hmm.
So anybody that I knew had a license, I was like, hey, I'm not doing this. Like, come meet our team, etc. And I reconnected with an old friend from elementary that was doing real estate.
Okay.
And so I told him like, oh, like I work for loan officers, blah, blah, blah. And so of course he agreed to like start working with us and then I get laid off. And I was like, hey, so do you need help in your team by any chance? And he was like, yeah, I actually need an assistant because he was at the moment also growing his team.
Mm.
And I was like, okay. And I was like, I told him my situation. He's like, yeah, come, like I'll help you. So then I got to learn the ins and outs of real estate, of on his side, mostly like managing a team, marketing, a lot of relationship building. So that kind of made me be like, oh, I like this. Like I love the processing side, but I do like the relationship building side, the
Mhm.
marketing, the going out there. Even though it's a little bit less structured because you don't know when you're gonna get paid again,
Yeah.
it's like that drive that really pushes you.
Mhm.
So, he was like, why don't you try to get your license? And I was a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie, just because, again, it's very independent, very commission based, and I was a new mom.
Mm.
So I was like, I don't know if I wanna, like, take this much on. So I think that fear held me back for, like, about a year,
Yeah.
the what ifs of not really knowing.
Did you pass
And
the license test on the first
of
try this
course
time?
not, nobody does. If they do, I don't know how they do it, but no, definitely not. But third time's a charm. So I did eventually pass the third time and I got my license and I was like, okay, now what? Oh, of course, I didn't get laid off, but he stopped having a team.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So
So third layoff,
yeah,
basically.
pretty much third layoff. And I was like, what am I gonna do? Like my fear came true. I'm alone.
Mm.
I have no clue what I'm doing. I don't know where to start. Like, what do people do? And so I reached out to some people that I knew as agents, like, hey, like, how do you guys typically get business? Very vague answers. I get it now. We're all,
Yeah, it's a dog eat
yeah.
dog world out there. Like
Yes.
it's hard to
Oh,
collaborate.
she's fresh. I don't know if I want to help her. And so um I realized that the only thing everyone always said is work on your sphere of influence.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, like my parents, like they don't need to buy a house. My brother has a house. Like, what sphere? I don't, you know what I mean? I don't really know any friends that want to buy a house. So I looked at social media and I was like, okay, at that time I maybe had like 1,000, not even 1,000 followers.
Yeah. It's
I
just
had,
like a personal account
yeah, it was just
that
a
you've been
personal
posting.
account. If and so, sometimes I'd use it. And I was like, somebody has to want a house on here. And so I started posting. I posted my first picture. It was like a headshot just saying that, oh, I'm into a real estate agent. I got my license, blah, 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 blah. You get some likes here and there.
Mhm.
And then I just kept posting and posting and posting more. Like nothing about closings. It was just more factual information, maybe like about loans, the market,
Right.
a lot more generic posting which nobody really interacts with that.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, this still isn't working. Um, I am gonna be thankful and say my dad did refer me a lot of people that he knew. So that kind of did help getting some business at first.
Way to go, Dad. We call
Yes.
those the honey pots. You just got to find your honey pots, people across
Yes.
that are like helping you out, that are like your referral business.
Hmm.
So take that honey as much as you
Yes.
can.
My dad was definitely my honeypot. And I remember the first deal I got it was like a blessing, but it was definitely not easy. It was new construction, which is like, "Oh, okay, simple." No,
Mm.
no, it wasn't. This builder was a little bit difficult, so I didn't know anything. And at that time, he was like, "Okay, well, the earnest money is $10,000." And like my heart, like I acted cool, but my heart like sank. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm really about to gamble somebody's $10,000." And
And
he
new construction, a lot of time you don't have, like, contingencies that
no
normally you would.
contingencies.
Yeah.
And there was only one person ever that was able to tell me, "Yes, he qualifies," like, given the situation and everything.
Mm.
And the builder's lender was like, "No, we're not touching it," like, the loan.
The
And s
builder's lender said no.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they could not structure, like, they couldn't do it. And so I called the lender and I was like, "I need some type of, like, guarantee reassurance that this is gonna go through because this is
Mhm.
$10,000 somebody is trusting me with."
And you know from being an assistant to loan officers, like, the pre-approval doesn't mean you're approved, so,
No, it
yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't, and he was very clear with us, "I don't have anybody to help me with this loan. This is as much money as I have, like, don't ask me for a penny more because I don't have it."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh my god." The pressure's on. I was very reassuring with him. I was like, "Everything's gonna be fine, don't worry. I've worked with Jose before," because I had well, the loan officer at that time, because I had. Um, but still, there's always that that, like, what if
Mhm.
inside me, you know? And so I couldn't sleep the whole 30 days. And then this, builder didn't even let me do any of the walkthroughs with them or anything,
Oh, they
which
kinda
I
try to shut you out.
Mhm, and
Yeah.
so the whole time that I was so reassuring, "Oh, don't worry, we'll go in together, we'll make sure everything's good with the house." I didn't get the opportunity to do that. Um, they were very picky on what inspectors could go out there,
Mm.
and even one of the builder's representatives had to be there with the inspector. It was interesting.
Wow, and this is all your very first deal.
Yes,
Oh,
this is
man.
all my first deal. And I remember finally we get the clear to close, and I swear I just wanted to cry. I was like, "There's just no way. There's no way," because I don't know what I would have done if for my first deal I lost this man's $10,000.
Yeah. I bet that was just, like, such a peak moment of, like, "Okay, wow, there was so much fear," and then you're like, "I can do it. I closed my first deal." You mentioned social media as well, and we're gonna dig into that. Gina's got over 7,000 followers now from that 1,000, so you've definitely built a following, and it sounds like a lot of people are reaching out to work with you through social media, so we'll dig into that, but I'm just curious about, like, what moment did it, like, switch from, "Okay, fear," to, like, "I can do this"? Was it that first
That
deal?
first deal.
That first deal?
Yeah, because I
So,
finally did it.
from then on, it was just, like, off to the races?
Mhm. Because then I technically not have experience. Something I couldn't say I had before, at least not as an agent, just
Mm.
as, "Oh, I've worked on the other sides of, the contract, but not the one handling the contract."
What did that moment, like, teach you about the Gina of today?
Perseverance, and it's all in my head.
Mhm.
I had nothing to be afraid of. I mean, I knew the loan was good, even though there was something in me like, "Oh my god, what if, what if, what if?"
Mhm.
It was okay, like, I knew everything was good, and I shouldn't have let that thought eat away at me so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you went through a lot of stressful moments, being laid off, being a new mother. Like it's easy to be, punched down, but obviously it says a lot about who you are to be able to stand up and grow the business that you've had today.
Mhm.
What I want to dig into the loan officer experience and being an assistant to four different loan officers. What does that teach you today, or how can you support your clients better?
I know what it takes to really structure a loan. I feel
Mm,
like agents, we all know or everybody knows the basics. There's an FHA loan, conventional, USDA, etcetera, right?
right.
But what does that mean, right?
And what can
And
go wrong?
yes, what can
Mm,
go wrong? What does that mean? Um, I guess I can tell you the ins and outs a little bit deeper and not so vague. And
mhm.
I'm not saying like I'll give you a pre-approval on the spot because it doesn't work that way. But
You
if
can kind of filter,
mhm,
it sounds like you'll probably, to a point, like the lenders thank you for it because you're not
mhm,
just throwing, leads that you have no idea if they're even going to get. You're almost doing like a pre-qual before the pre-approval.
Yes. Yes, and I guess also a little bit of educating. I
Mhm.
sometimes feel like everybody has this mentality for some reason
Yeah.
that FHA is a first-time buyer's loan. I'm like, I don't know who started this rumor.
Yeah.
It's not. Sometimes it's not the best option, actually.
Mhm.
So also busting myths,
Mhm.
common myths, actually.
And just guiding your clients,
hmm
supporting them. Do you feel like it's geared you towards a specific niche of clients?
I think it has definitely. I think I'm better able to guide first-time buyers
Mhm.
and present them with broader options, especially now with rates being higher. You wouldn't believe how many people don't know about like ARMs or buy
Mhm.
downs. And it's if you just say sometimes to people those options are like, oh, okay, so maybe I can buy a house at a lower rate because rates are sometimes the biggest focus when I feel like it really shouldn't be. But when you shift that focus into something positive, then it expands like
Mhm.
your reach with people.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking to our audience, to other agents out there, what do you think's the big mistake that they do when it comes to like their clients and finances?
Um, I think that unless you actually have your license, maybe not putting your input too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you do that just knowing everything on the other side of the table?
Yes, because I think you can really okay, I'll speak on the client side. It's not easy
Mhm.
for agents either, even for me, because they always want to know numbers up front.
Yeah.
And lending is not black and white, it's very gray.
Mhm.
Every single person is different. They could have the same job and it's still different. Coming from the same company, but it's still different. Like
Yeah.
no two people are the same. And so when they're like, oh, this is my sister situation, I want this. And just because that agent has helped them, they now have this expectation like, okay, I'm gonna have
Mm.
like the same terms, rates, everything
Yeah.
as my sister. We work in the same company together,
Right.
but the debts are different. But they're going through a divorce. But
The property is different.
yes, they don't
Mhm.
have child support. It's just like so many different factors.
Yeah.
The sister actually had a part-time they didn't know about. So it's different factors, unfortunately. And I think sometimes not getting people's expectations up
Mhm.
or answering anything numbers related because people always want to know what's the interest rate.
Mhm.
Again, that varies person by person sometimes or property type, so or loan type. So I think sometimes not shooting ourselves in the foot and just saying, take the application. Because
Mhm.
really you don't know until we see like the broader picture.
Yeah. 100%. Let's switch gears into what makes you a top producer. So you had that pivotal deal
Mhm.
that gave you the confidence that you can do it. It's obvious that your past experience is your competitive edge. What got you to where you're at today? What were some of the first couple years like? And what do you feel like made you successful when 80% of agents out there fail?
Persistence. So from that first deal, I posted it everywhere online. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use online at this point. It gets me the most in front of the most people.
Hmm.
And I think also what's helped is overcoming the initial fear, like when I was under contract and I told myself, oh my God, what if, what if, what if? Now it's being online and saying, oh my God, what if people say this? Or what if I look stupid?
Mm,
Or, like all those what ifs now hit you differently.
right.
Cause now it's like, what are people thinking? It's like, who cares? Like now I think like, okay, who cares? But in the moment, it's scary.
It is. Yeah.
Having cameras in your face is scary. Posting is scary. Like perceptions of people is scary.
Yeah, you're putting yourself out there.
hmm
I mean, if you can get half of the US to hate you and half of the US to love you, you could be president of the United States. So you're
True.
going to get a lot of hate from half the people out there. And that's
Yes,
a risk you got to
exactly.
be willing to take.
hmm
So then do you feel like most of your lead generation strategy is social media these days?
hmm Yes, it is. Because it's a way, almost like a CRM and reverse prospecting.
Mm,
Because you're no longer cold calling; they're calling you, or
mm,
they're liking your post, they're DMing you. Um, and it's a follow up system because you're constantly on their feed, on their stories, or anything. So maybe they don't need an agent now, but if there's a conversation brought up about a real estate agent, it's like, "Oh, I just saw her post. Oh, yeah, Gina's a real estate agent. I know an agent."
Mm.
Or when they are ready to buy, they just saw my post every single day. Like, I'm gonna be the first one on their mind.
Yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
There's I was talking to someone the other day and they basically said that agents are becoming branding agencies. Like we're,
Mhm.
so many agents are flooding social media, trying to take their piece, get in front of people. What's your strategy to set yourself apart today?
Being informative, but not being like a billboard, like an online billboard where
Hmm.
you wanna make it so that people wanna interact, where people wanna watch.
Hmm.
Um, those 3 seconds are so important. Like, what are you gonna say or do to grab somebody's attention?
Hmm.
And obviously, you still wanna be professional, be informative, but what can you do? And I think that's something that I'm slowly learning. Videos were really hard for me to do at first.
Hmm.
I wanted to just stick to pictures or static posts because those are easy. You just post a picture and a caption.
Yeah.
But I was like, are people really reading that?
Hmm.
Because I try to put myself in the person's shoes and I'm like, I know I wouldn't read it.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch a video or
Yeah.
anything I want to know. I just watch short videos for it.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's just like how our mind works now in this generation.
And it's just getting worse and worse.
Yes,
Like,
shorter videos perform the best.
yeah, 100%. And I feel like people are just taking it to the next level, right? As far as quality. I was looking down at our feed for our team, Benamar Properties, back in like 2016, 2017 when I started. And the quality was so much lower 10 years ago.
Yes.
And now, like, if you don't have a 4K video, people are just like, swipe.
Mhm. Yes. Yeah, people want quality. They wanna know, I guess, also that you're it also gives you a form of credibility when you invest in yourself that way. It's like, "Oh, wow,"
Mm.
perception.
I'm gonna throw this one out there. Three tips, your top 3 tips for social media for agents out there.
Do a video. Number 1, just do it. At first, it's so difficult, but it's so worth it once you get the practice.
Mhm.
Invest in a good videographer. So do your research on them. Ask them for their resumes. Like, hey, let me see past work you've done.
Mm.
Um, and make sure that it aligns with what you want to do. Like, don't be scared to look at other agents, not just in Georgia, all over the US that
Yeah.
are actively on social media and get a feel of what you want to do. For instance, I'm not a trendy person. Like, I'm not going to do TikTok dances and all.
Yeah,
It's just not me. I
yeah.
can't do it. And it's funny because my videographer has been like, just try. And I'm like, I can't. Like, I can do so much, but I cannot do a TikTok
Yeah.
dance. So
I hear you
it's
on that.
okay to not do that and still be able to reach people. People would
Mhm.
still want to watch you if you're not if you're not doing a TikTok dance. So try to find your niche on videos.
What do you think a lot of agents are doing wrong out there?
Avoiding social media. I think
Mm.
again it's the fear, the perception, but it's opened so many doors, honestly, especially on TikTok. I'm sure even for you, when one of the people you follow, they post a video, what does TikTok do? They send you a notification. So and so
Mhm.
just posted a video.
Yep.
You get on, you have your own feed of people you follow that posted a video.
Mhm.
So it's like, why wouldn't you take advantage of that?
Speaking of TikTok, what's sort of your strategy? Like, I've had I've heard agents have a lot of success on LinkedIn, on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram Reels, on, TikTok. What's working for you right now?
A combination of them all. So if I post something on one platform, I post them on all platforms
Mhm.
because I feel like every body and every sometimes age group is different.
Right.
Some people use TikTok more, some are on Instagram, some are on Facebook. So it really just depends. I don't want to limit myself to one platform and it cuts out so many
Mhm.
potential clients.
How are you walk me through, like, capturing a client that's either following you on social media? Like, what kind of strategies do you use? Because we're having this conversation in our team as well, like, "Oh, we're putting the volume out, we're posting," but then, like, how do we capture these people? Like, what are some of your advice around that? Like,
Always
conversion?
have at the end something to make people want to reach out. So if the video is informative, most likely they'll want more information.
Mm.
Um, Obviously, don't say everything on the video, like,
Yeah.
leave enough of a hook, like, "Oh, what is she talking about?"
Mm,
On the caption, make it short and to the point. At the bottom, just say, "DM me for more information," or "Comment for more information." I do have my virtual business card on my profile,
mhm.
so you can see everything, my email, my phone number, my address, my business address, not my personal.
Like, people are knocking on your door.
Yeah. All of my social medias. Even if you wanna apply for a loan, you can do that as well. So, I think consistency of trying to put out just enough so that it grabs somebody's attention
Mhm,
and makes them wanna message you.
mhm. You mentioned, like, CRM and making social media use CRM. Are you using the platform more like a CRM, or are you taking, like, some of those leads that reach out to your call to action into a separate CRM system? What's sort of your strategy there?
Both. So I do use that as a form of a CRM, but of
Mhm,
course, like to actually do proper follow-ups and
mhm,
maintain their information, I do have a CRM.
mhm.
There's so many out there, and I probably have tried them on, spent so much money.
Which one do you use?
Have you ever heard of Go High Level?
Yeah, yeah, of
Okay,
course.
you can customize it. It's a lot. Like
It
you
is a
can do a
lot.
lot, and I'm actually still learning, but I like the features it has
Mhm.
because there's some days I can't get to my phone sometimes on time for me to sit down and text some clients, by the way, do so much better than text than through phone. They will not answer a phone call, but they'll
Yeah,
write back like this.
yeah,
And I get it because I'm the same way. And so I don't have the time to just sit there and text for an hour like a bunch of people or
sure.
call people. And that actually, I've set it up so it sends automatic texts every other day to follow
Mm,
up to people. And I have had people that respond to it, and when they respond, then I take over. It's not AI anymore.
right.
But it helps like that consistency of I'm always there, I'm always there.
So that's like your primary CRM just to, like, get them in the door essentially and
Mhm.
follow up?
So I have it connected to my social media.
Mhm.
So I can see
Oh,
from yeah, it does
I
everything.
didn't know you could do that.
Yes, you can. You can even set it up so it auto posts any day, anytime,
Go
whenever
high
I want.
level.
Mhm.
We'll post. It's a two-way street.
Yes.
Oh,
And they
wow.
just connected. Do you use WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay, you can now message people through WhatsApp,
Mhm.
and I don't know if Meta took it over, but I know you can now do Meta ads on there. And
Okay.
recently, they started doing ads through there too. So that's why I'm assuming maybe it's a Meta thing. But
It's possible. That's maybe why when I looked at Go High Level, a lot of people in the early days and maybe even now use it for landing pages. Like, it's
yes,
amazing
hmm
for, a product offering or service offering. You got one page, you're trying to, like, convert someone, and then it's all like the Go High Level is all the back end to follow up and, getting people to the webinar, buying it or whatever. But it kind of makes sense if Meta bought it, then they've got some really tight integrations with Instagram, Facebook now, and have that two-way partnership. So interesting. We'll have to look into that.
you really like it. You really like it. It's a little bit difficult to set up. You might want to get maybe like a web developer, but
Hmm.
it's so worth it. It
Yeah,
even sends out like auto emails for me, everything. And you can customize them so they're personalized to your brand, which is what I like.
very cool. We'll definitely look into that. And other agents listening, Go High Level. We actually use ManyChat. ManyChat helps us with automations on Instagram,
Mhm.
TikTok. They're very focused on, like, when you have a new follower or you follow someone new and then you get like that automated, "Oh, thanks for following me." Like,
Yes.
that's usually ManyChat or something, a software similar to that. They'll automate DMs. And then we use Follow Up Boss for CRM. And we love Follow a Boss. It kind of helps separate personal and business when it comes to, like, clients. So I always make a joke that, like, a lot of our clients become friends. So when I first get to meet them, they've got like the green text through
Yes,
CRM
same
through my
thing.
Follow Up Boss. And then once we close, I'm like, all right, now we're friends. Like, here's my real number. And they're like,
Yes.
what?
Yes, I do the exact same thing. I'm a green bubble, and so like we're friends.
Well, what what else? Like, we talked about social media, we talked about CRMs. What else have you done over the last few years that contributed to your success?
As cliche as it sounds, be consistent, and it's really just been a mindset because it's really difficult. Especially, I don't know if you see news sometimes where like so many agents go back to maybe the corporate jobs or 9 to 5
Mhm.
jobs because there's not much out there. A lot of people, the ones that are selling houses take longer to sell.
Mhm.
Interest rates are up, so people are like, "Oh, should I wait?" So it gets very difficult. So I think always trying to find a way to navigate the market.
Mhm.
So if this isn't working, okay, so what do I need to do? I need to change my strategy. I need to
Mhm.
change my marketing. I use social media, just touching back up on that, just because I try to think of ways that I would respond to a company. And I, for instance, wouldn't respond to like a mailer.
Sure.
So I use social media for that instance.
Mhm.
Um, and also not always remembering, like, don't give up.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many people that can do it. If other people do it, then I can do it too.
Yeah.
So, trying to find different ways to, I guess, stay on top. The CRM is actually very recent, the Go High Level.
Mhm.
I used to do, what is it called? Pipe Drive or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Have
I've
you heard of
briefly
it?
heard of it.
But
Mhm.
this one does so much more. And I've noticed that helped me so much because there's been times where I forget about a client. Like I just have so much going on and they reply to the text, to my AI text. And I was like, oh yeah, like I have all these notes now, a history I could just catch up on. And now we're looking at houses like in a couple weeks. So um I think just trying to find ways to stay organized,
Mhm.
stay consistent, the most
Mhm.
important one. um, Trying to find something to differentiate you from other agents. For me,
Mhm.
that was social media. Um,
So what's next for you then? What's the next 3 years look like?
I want to keep growing. Well, of course, I definitely want to keep growing. I work a lot with investors, and I'm trying to now work more on new builds. So, I do have my own new builds going on. So when business is slow, I will still create my own business. That's another way, I guess, to navigate through the market. Like when
Yeah.
business is slow, create your own.
Yeah. So you're thinking about, like, getting into developing.
hmm
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Getting into developing because if I ever want to approach somebody to build, they're going to say, like, okay, why? Like, why would I listen to you?
Mhm.
Like, what do you know? At least I know that's what I'd be like, oh, yeah, sure, sure, sure. And I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would give me credibility. If
Mhm.
I take the own risk, I learn mistakes, which I have. I made a lot of mistakes that I've been learning from. I can turn around and guide somebody way better so they avoid costly mistakes. They avoid spending time, unnecessary time on things that could have been, um, I guess, figured out from the beginning.
Mhm.
And so it helps me open up into a brand new pool of buyers and sellers
Yeah.
because now I have more experience in something else.
It's definitely a good time to get into it. I know a lot of builders are struggling, but when the market's a bit tough, it just takes so long to develop. So I feel like things are on the up and up over the next 2 or 3 years. So
hmm
people that are getting in now and building their business and growing their business, they're really going to reap the reward in 2 or 3 years.
I completely agree. I have a few investors that are just watching my builds and seeing how it goes. And so I feel a lot of pressure from that
Mm,
because I'm like, this has to go well. Like, I have to make it look good. I have to sell it at the right price because they're going to say, okay, this is pretty, but now show me the numbers.
mm,
That's really what people care about at the end. And so I do feel the pressure. I don't sleep at night. But I know that if not if, I know when I succeed, it's going to open up a lot new opportunities for me
yeah.
where I can maybe even develop alongside some of my clients.
Oh, you definitely have a promising future. Thank you for being on the show. We always end with one question, our signature question. This is the Atlanta Agent Playbook. I'm curious, Gina, what is that one play you want to add to our playbook?
Stay consistent, overcome your fears, just use social media, it doesn't matter what people think. Invest in a good CRM
Hmm.
and just remember it's all in your mind. It's all in your head. That's it.
Wow. That was like five 5 place. Well, thank you so much. You heard it here on the Atlanta Agent Playbook. Ginna, appreciate your time. Where can people reach out to you?
Social media, call me, text me, email me. I'm on every platform.